Mm.
Huh?
Mm.
It's not coming up. Is it actually live?
Yes.
It's not there. So it can't be.
Well, it says live. Right, Michelle Edwards is watching.
Hi Michelle. I'm just having problems. Oh, I found it finally. Having problems with my gadgets. I'm just going to wait and see if anybody else joins.
Check something.
Hi Michelle. How are you? Okay, shall I make a start? And then if anyone joins us a bit later. Hi Chantel. Hi Amanda. Yeah, I'm a bit tired too, but I'm not surprised you are, Michelle. You're carrying a nice little lump there. Okay, so tonight I've been asked to do Milky Bath nails again. So what I've decided to do is one with acrylic and one with hard gel. Okay, you can't really tell the difference between the two. So yeah, so I thought I'd show you that again tonight as I've been asked. Okay, so normally if it's on a customer's nail, I would normally put a bit of clear down first. I'm just going to file my nail tip briefly. It's not been filed enough. I just file these tips because it just makes it easier. It sticks to it easier. So obviously on a customer's nail, you'd prep and do everything as normal. Okay. Okay. Let's stick that on there. Okay, can you all see okay? Right, so tonight I've got some of my little dried flowers. You could use, I've seen some people using mylar, bits of glitter, you could use anything, but a typical Milky Bath is done with flowers. So that's what I'm going for tonight. I've got a cover pink from Trilogy, clear from Trilogy, and milky pink from CJP. That's what I'm using for the acrylic one. So we'll do that one first. Just opening all my lids. Okie doke. So to begin with, what I do is I get a bit of cover pink and I put it at the base of the nail by the cuticle. You don't want it thick, it's just to add a bit of colour, but you don't take it all the way down. So it's just a little bit that you're putting in. Just going to put a bit more there. Okay, so nice and thin, very, very small amount. Okay, and then what I do, I put a bit of wet clear down. So I've given my flowers something to stick to. Okay, remembering trying to keep as neat as possible because it then helps with the filing. So, and then you just pick up what flowers you'd like to use. Right, so what I do is I just pick up a few like this. Okay, make sure they're patted in. And then I use my Milky Pink. If you haven't got a Milky Pink or anything, just mix a bit of white and clear together and you'll get your translucent white effect. But I'm just using Milky Pink tonight from CJP. Okay, so you work quite wet. You just pick up a little bit, just a little bit, and then you just sort of brush it over. So it looks like your flowers are disappearing in milk. Okay, you don't do it too thickly. And while that's wet, I put a few more flowers on. You can have them overlapping because it's layering. Okay, you can put as little or as much as you like. I think I'll put that bit there. Okay, and then we do the same again with our translucent white. We just nice and thinly put it over. It doesn't have to be even all over because you're creating depth, so it doesn't have to be all the same. Okay, and then all I do is cap in clear, and it's as simple as that. You can make it a bit more tricky. You could put more opaque bits of white around if you wanted to, but I find just that is enough. Got to be careful that you don't make the nails too thick. Okay. Right, it's a white tip, Amanda. It would still work on top of clear base. It doesn't have to be white. You could always, if you wanted, if you didn't feel quite right, you could put a bit of white down first if you wanted, but it's not necessary. But then again, you know, it's all to our own interpretation. So you can mix it up to how you prefer it. There is no real right or wrong. And obviously, you know, some nails, some of your customers won't have such nice long nails. They, you know, they have shorter nails. You could also cap in, you know, I've only got a Brill Bird one and they call it glassy pink, so it's a clear pink. That would give it a nice dimension. I tend to use that for my baby boomers. So, okay, so that's that one done. We just got to let it set, and I'll go over to do my hard gel. I'm just going to give my file my nail tip another file. Hi Zeta. Right, so I'm just filing, just taking off the shine. I tend to find with these display tips, if you file them, they your products stick better to them. And if you were using hard gel on a customer, you would have to file the tips if you were using tips anyhow. So, okay, that'll do for tonight. Okay, so already I'm just going to put my lids on, bear with me. I'm a right klutz and I drop stuff. Have any of you tried Milky Bath nails before? Just moving stuff out of my way. Okay, so the gel I'm using tonight is CC Nails, and I've got Cool Clear, Pink Jelly and Classy White. Okay, so normally on a nail extension, you know, you have to put your clear down first. Okay, so once you've done that and you've cured it, you should try. They're really pretty actually, long or short, they're real pretty. Okay, and then I'm using the pink to do like I did with the other one, but we're just using hard gel. So you can, depending on how you use your hard gel, you can do it like this, or you can just brush it on. So I just sort of brush it because we don't want it thick down here. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to flash cure that a bit, and I'm just going to put a little bit more on. I think you could even use Builder Gel in a bottle to do this effect as well. Okay, just going to give that just a little bit more, and I'm just going to put a nice thin bit on, and I'm just like I'm painting, because it's just a background colour that we're looking for and not anything else. Okay, let's put that in. Is there anything else anybody wants to see me doing on another occasion? I sort of struggle with knowing what to do. Okay, so I'm just going to start sticking on bits of flowers because the gel is tacky. Oh, maybe I should use a different brush to put the flowers on. I'm not always the smartest cookie. It's all trial and error. Obviously, you don't have to just use these dried flowers. You could go out in the garden, pick a few flowers and press them and use those. I've seen people doing that. Okay, let's move my pink. I'll just get my white. And I'm just gonna paint it on nice and thin so you get the translucent look. It is a little bit more fiddly with the gel. you could try and, okay, I'm just going to leave that like that and cure it for 30 seconds. You could try and use cling film or tin foil and wrap it around the nail to push the flowers in more. So yes, as I said, you could just get flowers from your garden. It's good this time of year for flowers. And just press them. You could pick a low, press them, keep them in the drawer. Okay. I'm just going to put a few more flowers on. So we get depth. No, I think that's too big. Just gonna get some small bits. I can show you what I mean about the tin foil. I'll do that with this. As I say, you can put as much or as little on as you like. Let me just cut the back. Just take the knot out on that. I think that'll be easier. There we go. Okay, so I've got some tin foil cut up that I keep cut up for my removals. Hang on, my drawers aren't playing ball. You could use cling film, or you could even use a form. Okay, and then what you do is you just do this. That green one don't want to stay, do it? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the lamp just for a few seconds, just to help those flowers stick. How's everybody been? Busy in the summer? Doing lots of pretty summer nails? Okay. So I'm getting my white. I'm going to fill in my gaps. You'll have to shout me if you can't, if I go out of shot, so I don't always realise I'm doing it. Alright, so we're just filling in over and in around our flowers. Okay, and then I just put just a very thin coat of the white going over your cover pink. Just not lots, but just enough. That green one just does not want to stay, does it? Okay, give that a full cure. A minute. I'm mainly an acrylic tech, but I have some customers that do like hard gel. Let me just turn my piece of paper around, that's it. I could give, oh, it doesn't need. I'm just going to give my acrylic one just a quick buff. It's pretty. Okay, and what I do is I can do the top coat on this one, so you can see that, and I'm using CC Nails top coat. Oh. There we go. When I do it, practicing before I come on live, it all goes smoothly well. The minute I come on live, it all goes wrong. Okay, I'll put that in and I'll get the other one out. Just dropped something, ignore me. Okay, so, and then with this one, you just cap in your clear gel. And obviously remembering when you're doing a nail on a customer, this will give you your structure. Okay, I'm just going to flash cure that quickly before I put a bit on at the back. You could do it all in one bit. It's just personal preference, I think. Okay. There we go. Always checking from the side to make sure it's relatively level. Yeah, that's not bad. Some gels you could tip upside down. This one's not too bad, it's quite easy to use. And I'm just going to give that a full cure. Okie doke. Let me just put my brush away. Okay, so here's the acrylic one. All done. So if I leave them there, can you see them? Hi Christina, using your products tonight. Really easy gel to work with. Okay, so I'm just waiting for that to cure. I never throw bits of flowers away. I always put them back because everything's money. Best not to waste. I think I got these flowers from Phoenix Glitters. I'm sure it was there I got them from. I don't know where my other flower one is. Oh, there it is. But my other ones, these ones, I think came from Angie Bond. But I think Phoenix Glitters sell these too. I tend to take them out of the wheels and put them in tubs because I find it easier to work with. And my customers can see stuff better that way too. So I'm still waiting for that to cure. How many of you work with hard gel? How many of you work with acrylic? Or do you all use both? Okay, so here it is, and I'm just gonna get rid of the sticky residue. It doesn't want to stay on my thing, so I have to take it off for a sec. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it a quick buff because it's near enough flat, not bad. I always find it awkward filing these tips. This gel is so easy to file. As much as I'm an acrylic tech, I do find filing hard gel so much easier. Okay, it's not perfect, but you get the general gist. Okay. I bought blue tack, but white blue tack. Has anybody else used it? I think it's rubbish. It doesn't stay stuck. Okay, I'll put the top coat on. Then as you can see, they're all at different depths, the flowers, which is what we want. You don't want it all the same level. Okay, let me just cure that. Yeah, Amanda, as I say, I've only got a few customers that have gel. So I don't use it as frequently as I would use acrylic. But you know, it has its benefits. The filing's much easier. And sometimes I find clear gel looks far more crisp and clear than clear acrylic. That's my personal opinion, but you know, you could do what we call a hybrid now. You could use a bit of both, a bit of acrylic, a bit of gel, doesn't really matter. That was the fashion a little while ago. Just waiting for that to cure. It's like waiting for a kettle, isn't it? When you watch, it just seems to take longer. Okay, done. There we go. If I bring that up so you can see, hard gel acrylic. That's acrylic and that's hard, so I'll put it around the same way. So on these ones you can see I've put slightly less on. These ones I've put slightly more. It's how it takes you, really. There's no right or wrong. As I say, some people use sequins, mylar. You can change it up as much as you want, really. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. I'll try and get on soon. And if there's anything anybody would like me to do, just post it on the page or message us. Message me even, I don't mind. And we'll see. There's a few of us, we've got a few new moderators. they're all also doing lives and everything. So shout out to all of us, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, thank you for joining me tonight. Good night.